We're driving cars on a Mars tonight.
Would you like to have this truck?
Yeah. Yeah, if it didn't have the slugs slime.
Earlier this year, we had a quick look at the new Toyota Tundra TRD Pro. However, that was a really quick drive with a pre-production unit. This week, we have the TRD Pro production unit, and we're gonna see how it handles our day-to-day activities. And by the way, this hot color is called Solar Octane. Make sure to check out all of our videos that we've done on the new Tundra. I'll leave a link below. So this Solar Octane color, it's kind of an orange, I would say, orange/red. It's a $255 option, and I think that's pretty reasonable, but just get this color if you are comfortable of getting a lot of attention. This truck, first of all, it does get a lot of attention, and a lot of it has to do with the color, but look at this. You know, you get these two menacing hood vents here. They are not functional, but they do look good, and from the inside, they're nice guides to have. And this huge grille with the old school Toyota. You got the 3 clearance lights there. Now, speaking of lights, this light treatment is fantastic. You have the LED daytime running lights here. We have the fog lamps. Check this out. This is the TRD Pro light bar. I'm gonna turn on right now. How is that for bright? That looks awesome. The TRD Pro also comes with a lot of other goodies, like you get a TRD front skid plate. In fact, you actually get skid plates all along the bottom and all the vital components. You get these 18-inch BBS forged wheels with the off-road tires. This has a different suspension than the regular Tundras. So you get a 1.1-inch front lift on here. You have 2.5-inch Bilstein shocks with a remote reservoir in the rear. You'll see you have the big bar down here. This is not a step. This is actually just to protect when you're doing some heavy-duty off-roading. The TRD Pro is based off of the Crew Max Limited, by the way. If you didn't watch our other videos, the new Tundra has a brand new fully boxed frame. We have independent rear suspension. We have a composite truck bed. And speaking of truck bed, this one has the bump release. So instead of kicking underneath, they figured a lot of times if you're taking this off-road, that sensor is gonna get covered in mud and it's not gonna work every time. So right embedded into the LED tail light here, there is a little black pad, and you just push there and use your elbow, use your hand, whatever, down it comes. You got that composite bed here. We have a 400-watt inverter plug. We have lots of tie downs, lots of lights. This thing is all about lights. The rear window is power operated, and it vertically rolls all the way down. So it doesn't just have that small little middle window there, so you get lots of air in there. So that is the box. We're kind of starting to lose light here. It's been so hot during the day, so I came out when it's a little bit cooler to film this right now. So it's a little bit dark. Let's go inside now. Even if you don't go for the TRD Pro package on the Crew Max Limited, it is still very well equipped. All of them come with this large 14-inch infotainment touchscreen, and I gotta tell you, it's edge to edge, it's super crisp. When you use the navigation, whether it's a native navigation or your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, it's just so much real estate. It's so nice to look at. Also, if you're using the backup camera, you have multi-views, and it just takes advantage of this massive screen. It fits very nice as well. So Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are wireless on this system, by the way. And another nice thing, and I'm seeing this on more and more cars now, and I love that manufacturers are doing this, is that if you're using the navigation system from your mobile device, for instance, on your Apple CarPlay, and in our instance, the turn-by-turn directions won't just be on the middle screen. It'll come up in your digital display in front of you as well. And a lot of times that's not the case. That'll happen if you're using the native navigation system that comes with the vehicle, but not normally the third-party ones like the CarPlay and Android Auto. So that's a really nice thing that they've incorporated here. So we have this digital display in front of us, very crisp again, and the TRD Pro gets some extra goodies. You know, you get this TRD steering wheel. You have the red centering, lots of little red accents, red accent on the shifter. You have the TRD Pro embroidered in the back of the seats here. These are Soft-Tech seats, which are very easy to clean. They are heated and ventilated, and that comes with the Crew Max Limited here. You get that old school Toyota insignia on front of the passenger there. And yeah, just there's a lot of room. It's very, very comfortable. It's very, very big and wide, the interior of this vehicle. Now you can get even more luxury if you go into the non-limited trims, like the Capstone, for instance. You can get heated and ventilated rear seats even. This one does not come with heated or ventilated rear seats, by the way, but it does come with a lot of room. So on the door panels, you have multi-layers of storage area. So I really like that. I like lots of storage areas. You got a large glove box, cup holders everywhere. This large trough here, I got sunglasses in here. You could fit a couple phones. You have wireless charging right there. And you get the middle area, which I really like actually. You get this flip up area. I'm not sure what that is for. It's very, very shallow. Some business cards, maybe a few coins, but that's gonna rattle around because it is hard there. Maybe, yeah, I'm not sure what you use that for, but I like there is a little bit of a pocket here where, let's see if I could put my sunglasses here if I wanted to, or if I want to put something in or just take something out quickly, I can just slide this opening there. Let's say, oh, here's my wallet. I'll just throw the wallet in there and close that up. If I want to grab it, I can just open that up. I got to find it. There it is. And if there are larger things, you can just open up the entire thing. I've got lots of grocery bags and napkins in there, and it is accessible on either side for both driver and passenger. There are a couple things that I'm not a real fan of though, and I said this on our last Tundra review as well. The way they positioned the climate control toggles, the position's okay, but where the actual text is or the graphic for, you know, heat up or down your auto, it's kind of hard to see. I wish they would have put that on the bottom somehow, so it'd be easier just to have a quick glance, because I'm constantly like, okay, where's that button? So that there, and also, since this is the hybrid version of this engine, when you lift up the rear seats, that's where the batteries are. So there is no under-seat storage, and I normally really enjoy using under-seat storage in a pickup truck, mainly for longer items, or you want to hide items away if you don't have a tonneau cover, let's say in the back there. And yeah, like so my tripod would normally fit in there, and yeah, it's kind of disappointing that that part is taken up. Another thing that I really, really like, and it's not a big thing, it's kind of a small thing, but when you use it, you really appreciate it, is that all 4 windows are auto up and down. It's a simple thing, but it's so nice. Just a boom, boom, they all come down or all go up. In the back, hey, this is the Crew Max. Lots of room back here. This passenger seat is actually very, very far back, but like most everyday full-size trucks now in this configuration, this usually they have more room than any SUV for passenger storage. So very comfortable. It's very wide, so 3 people back here is no issue. You do have a couple USBs, a Type A and a Type C. Just like the back, you have a 400-watt electrical plug there as well. So yeah, it's pretty good, pretty good. All right, off we go. Listen to that engine. It has a nice growl to it. It's no deep V8, but it really does have a nice growl. So under the hood is that 3.5-liter twin turbo V6, and that is the iForce Max engine. So that's matched to a hybrid system, combined horsepower 437 ponies, and you get 583 pound-feet of torque. Let's put it to the floor. It's got some really, really good pickup. Note though, we are not hauling anything. We don't have anything in the back, or we're not towing anything right now. But the tow rating on this, by the way, is 11,000 pounds for this TRD Pro. It does come standard with the towing package. So you have the brake controller here, and of course you have the receiver and the harness for your lights and brakes. Now the power goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Shifts are very smooth. It's nice to have all those gear ratios so you can optimize the best use of your power and torque. And I've been cruising on the highway as well, and it revs very, very low at higher speeds, which is going to save you some money at the pumps. Speaking of the pumps, this does have a fairly large gas tank. It's 32 gallons, which is 122 liters. So it's not going to be inexpensive to fill, but you don't have to fill up as often. So that hybrid system definitely helps in power-wise. You just put your foot into it, and it kind of picks up, you know, where the turbos may have a little bit of lag. So you really eliminate pretty well any type of lag whatsoever with the twin turbos and that hybrid system. And this system isn't totally optimized for saving fuel, but it will save you fuel, especially for the type of power that this produces. Where it's really nice though is right now we are doing 78 kilometers an hour, and we're going down a slight hill onto an on-ramp here, and the engine had basically turned off completely. So we were at 0 RPM, and now it's kicked back on right now. So it does that back and forth here and there. If it has enough power in that battery, it'll do that. It'll maximize your electrical usage, let's say. And for instance, you know, you have that start-stop feature that most vehicles have. Well, this is just even more enhanced. It's going to stop sometimes before you even get to the light, and even when you take off a little bit, it's going to still be in that electric mode, and that is definitely going to save power. And it's a very welcome thing to have for a large, big off-road vehicle, because these usually do not do well for fuel economy. The rated combined fuel economy for city and highway driving is 11.7 liters per 100 kilometers, and which is 24 miles per gallon. Yeah, that sounds really impressive. I was not able to hit that at all. That would be under the most ideal conditions. Under regular driving, and I did a little bit about on the highway, I was able to get it into the mid-12s, which I think is very, very reasonable. But on average, we've driven a couple hundred kilometers so far this week, and we're averaging anywhere from high 14s to mid 15s for just everyday driving, the type of driving we're doing. Remember, we are not pulling anything, or we're not hauling anything around either, so that's going to make a difference. This Tundra is equipped with a 2-speed transfer case. We have your 2 high, 4 high, and 4 low. It's also equipped with multi-terrain select and the crawl mode, which basically is a cruise control for really gnarly off-roading. This new Tundra, especially this TRD Pro, is really geared toward those that want to explore off the beaten path, and they do it often, and they want to take advantage of something that has the extra clearance, has the capability of you know, not just rock crawling, which it's very, very good at, but even high-speed off-road driving. You know, and you have those updated shocks, and you have the front lift there, and that's all going to help, especially with these nice off-road 18-inch tires. Unfortunately, there is nowhere around where I live that I could take this off-roading, and I really did try this time. I really wanted to actually tow something with this, and I reached out to, you know, I thought the most natural thing to tow that would be heavy would be an RV. So I reached out to a couple RV companies locally here and asked if, you know, I'd be able to hook up and actually do a little test drive with one of their RVs of their choice, which they would even get some promotion on. And yeah, I don't know what's up with these companies nowadays. They didn't even respond. Like, they didn't even say no. They just didn't respond at all. So anyways, if you are in the lower mainland of Vancouver and you either you own an RV dealership and you'd like to participate in one of these truck reviews, let me know, leave a comment or drop me a message. And if you know and anywhere near the lower mainland that has some good public off-roading that we can test these vehicles out, also drop me a message, because yeah, it's kind of not fair to test these vehicles without doing what they're actually meant to do. But I can definitely say, you know, this has nothing to do with the off-road prowess or the towing capability. This thing gets attention. You know, people are stopping and, you know, thumbs up. How has it been to drive day to day? Excellent, excellent. You ride nice and high. I love those black louvers in the front that, you know, that it just looks really tough, and you just feel like you're driving something just very, very, you know, masculine and powerful, and that's the whole thing about it. But the actual drivability, very, very easy to drive. Great torque. It's not super loud, but it has that nice growl. And I love this 14-inch screen. First of all, for any type of Navi system, so we're using Apple CarPlay right now, there's just so much real estate on it. As well, the backup cameras and the multi-view camera system with the screen this size, they've taken advantage of the full size, and you get all different angles. You can put it onto auto, so it'll just automatically come on. If you're approaching something, you know, you have that front camera, which is kind of standard on most serious off-road vehicles now, but you know, that's really handy. Maybe you're going up a hill, you can use that front camera to look down to see what's on the other side, so always handy. So that screen, yeah, one of the best for sure. For tuning toward off-road enthusiasts, this TRD Pro is tuned very, very comfortable for on-road driving, and it's quiet. I'm surprised how quiet the cabin is in this TRD Pro with those large off-road tires. Yeah, I've got the sunshade open, not all the way, but yeah, I don't know if you can hear this, but it's very, very quiet, especially right now when that motor is not even running. And there it goes. Then it kicked on right there. Kind of get the best of both worlds. Now, if this was a plug-in hybrid, that would be something super special. So Toyota, if you're listening, hey, let's get a bigger battery under those seats and put a PHEV system in here. Yeah. So that's it for today's look at the Tundra TRD Pro. What do you think of it? Are you a fan of the new Tundra, and especially this TRD Pro package? I am. If I could justify owning a pickup truck, this would be high up on the list for sure. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you own one of these, are you happy with your purchase? Does it tow as well as what they say it does? Yeah, leave a comment below. See you next time. Safe driving.
Hey, you just made me spill my drink. A little bit.
Sorry. So girls, what do you like about this truck?
The windows. The windows.
Why?
Because they're big. Because they go all the way down.
All right, what else?
The other window on the top. The window on the back.
Oh, the up and down window?
Yeah. But it would be better if we can control it too. Yeah.
Okay. What else?
The color.
You like this bright color?
Yeah. Because it's easy to find. Yeah.
Anything else?
The screen. And it looks like Emma's bandage.
The screen? What do you like about the screen?
It's big.
Yeah.
And clear. With no fingerprints.
Would you like to have this truck?
Yeah. Yeah, if it didn't have the slugs slime.
If it didn't have what?
The slugs slime.
What slug slime?
In the back.
What? Any other thoughts on this truck?
The step isn't very good.
Step isn't very good. Do you wish we could go off-roading with it?
Yeah. Yeah. And this
part where you hold on to is too far.
Yeah.
And
And
there
there
should be up here where this thing is.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your input. Say bye to everybody.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
That's better. Thank you. You want to try one more time?
No.
Okay.